Fine, thank you.
You sound tired.
Actually, I've been up early, 6 o'clock.
Okay. You probably have to be.
I have a right to be tired right now.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. The concern here, and you more than anyone equipped to answer this question, is that, inevitably, and we know from a motor function standpoint, we know we start to decline around age 70. Some people sooner, some people later, but that seems to be the magic number. And in this case, this German woman, that's when your young children will need you the most. Is that a valid concern?
It is a valid concern, but it depends who you're talking about. If you have energy and you are young for your years, that's an important factor to put into consideration before you make this kind of decision.
Possibly, but again, it's an odds thing. I mean, we never know. We're all ticking time bombs to some degree. The inevitable is that on this tax day, oddly enough, we die and we pay taxes. We're all ticking time bombs to some degree in that we never know. Yeah, I guess if you're infirmed, if you're not in good health, but we don't know what tomorrow may bring. And obviously the odds of something catastrophic happening increase with age.
It's interesting. When I was a younger woman in my early 20s, my mid-20s, I remember I would give my mother my children to babysit, and she was in her 60s. And I always envied the fact that she had more energy than I did. And now that I am this age, I seem to have this sprut of energy. I don't know where it came from, but it's either genetic, but it is something that is real. It's not made up. So women do have opportunities at this age to start all over. And it's not necessarily having a child, of course.
Right.
But it is to be able to redefine yourself, because we give this message that age needs to be feared. And it's absolutely not true. On the contrary, age needs to be celebrated, because so far I'm not falling apart yet. Maybe tomorrow, maybe after this interview. Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm not done with you yet. So that
I'll think about the interview and I'll say, wait a minute, maybe I should be falling apart. What's wrong?
I don't think that's fair, and I disagree with the whole, 70 is the new 28, and 70 is 70 and 60 60, and I get we live longer. I don't know, sometimes you as a doctor also see the condition of the human race too, and I don't know if we're living better, we're living longer though, and those certain factors come in. For you personally, to having the decision to have babies at age 60, and you're now 65, what was your decision?
Actually, my decision was not my decision. And the true story is that I did not do it, as people have said, because I wanted to make a movie, would you believe this? Write a book, have a reality show, or to feel younger. None of the above. I did it because my husband wanted to. We were in the midst of adoption, going through the process, and for my older child, who's 7 years older, and he suggested, after hearing about all the bad news and problems with adoption, that we should go for it. And I protested, saying, I'm too old. And he said, you look and act much younger. There's longevity in your family. Nobody has to know. So, of course, the whole world ended up knowing. But,
yeah, right.
Who was prepared for that?
Yeah.
So that's the way it went. That was the process. I started this process at 55. And guess what? The fertility clinics do have an end cutoff age, and that is 55.
Right.
Sounds about 2 months shy.
In which, in this case, you have to go to a different country in order for this to happen, right?
Well, I did do that, but I didn't have to do that.
Okay.
I found out that in Manhattan they did have clinics that did provide for older women as well.
You have other children?
I absolutely do.
Okay, and they're older too. How did
I hope
that
so.
decision? How did that decision go over? Because I guess when you hit that age too, and you have older children, is I guess the way to answer to phrase this question, Dr. Frieda Birnbaum, is why doesn't grandchildren satisfy that nurturing instinct?
Well, who said they don't? So they do satisfy that, and I did get, reprimanded by my older son. It's my turn now. I said, yeah, do your thing. And at this age, and this stage of the game, no one's going to tell me. I took care of my children. I took care of my parents. I helped my husband through school, through law school. And I made decisions based on my own wisdom and my own decisions. If I did not have this genetic pool, that I did not have the ability to do it the right way, I definitely would not have done it. I really thought it through. My daughter was afraid because of the pregnancy, whether there would be complications. There were none. I felt great, and I looked great, and I had my practice till I was maybe a week before I delivered, and nobody knew that I was pregnant till my 7th month.
Are you going to have more?
Are you trying to be funny or are you trying to be cruel? Which one is that?
Hey, listen.
Where did that come from?
I'm 48, and my kids are 17. My oldest turns 21 tomorrow, and quite honestly, I can't wait to have my freedom back. I don't know. Do you have a death wish? Are you a masochist? I don't know why you.
I don't think so. I hope not.
My kids, but I don't always like them.
Well, you know what? My life is starting all over again, and when I turned 60, I had more feelings of energy, inspirational feelings than ever, and I was shocked to know about that. So no, I think having children is difficult at any age, that's for sure. And I also feel that retirement or whatever, that can wait till I'm in my 80s. I'm really not ready for that. Sorry.
Again, Frieda Birnbaum on the show on 700 WLW. So you're saying if you're someone who's older considering this, you have to look at all those factors. What I think that's responsible. So give me your take on this case of this woman now who is your age. Now, granted, your kids are now 5, but she's 65, pregnant with quads. The reason she wanted to have one is because her 9-year-old said she wanted a baby sister.
I don't know if that sounds too responsible.
It doesn't to me.
I have a husband, and we are wonderful parents, and we're providing everything for these 2 kids that we have, and they have all kinds of activities accessible to them and nurturing. I don't know this lady. I do know that age is a big factor for women. No one asked about my husband's age, although women live 7 years longer. And here's a quick story. I was on a show with Rod Stewart. He had a child the same age, at the same time he was my age. No one mentioned it at all. And I was supposed to be on the Oprah show, and what's his name, Donald Trump, had a baby at the same time, at the same age I did. He came on. Nobody mentioned it at all. And I have another story. I don't know if you have time for this, a quick story, that actually how this started, and this sounds really insane. It's not going to make me look credible, but who cares at this point? Whatever. When you reach a certain place in life, you say, you know what? It's not about the image anymore. So anyway,
I was that way at 20, so go ahead.
Forget about that.
Yeah,
so the truth is that we were on this cruise that the waves went over our ship, and so we were in the cabin for 3 days. I saw this article about in vitro for older parents, and it just so happened that the reason the ship was brought back quickly, and we were really at risk of our lives because the Donald wanted to have a photo shoot on this ship with his models or whatever. So I go around saying I got the bump because of Donald, and then I got bumped off the Oprah show because of the Donald. So that's a little quick, stupid little saying that I have, which sounds pathetic. But
Frieda Birnbaum,
sounds stupid. See, it's a good thing that I have a PhD. I have some kind of credential.
You know what? I ramble all the time, too. I'm good with that. So,
I'm very good.
This is really enjoyable.
My pleasure. Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.